Welcome to This Explainer. I'm so thrilled you're joining us today. If you've ever tried setting up a meeting, a study date, or even just a simple coffee catch-up in a new language, you know exactly how fast things can go sideways, right? Today, our goal is absolutely crucial. We are demystifying Japanese scheduling vocabulary and grammar. By the time we wrap up, you're going to have the exact tools you need to confidently navigate your appointments. And most importantly, we're doing it without the stress of wondering if you're showing up on the totally wrong day and accidentally standing up your boss. So to really set the stakes for our vocabulary today, let's start with a real-world hook. Imagine two coworkers, Michael and Honda, reviewing a work schedule. Michael thinks their big appointment with the Bank of Asia is on Monday. But Honda replies, "Huh? Wasn't it on Tuesday?" It's a completely relatable workplace mishap, isn't it? A mixed-up bank appointment is the exact kind of situation where precision really matters. To figure out how Michael and Honda get themselves out of this, well, we need to build our scheduling toolkit. Section 1. Elements of the week. Natural building blocks of the calendar. Okay, let's dive right into this and look at our very first survival tool, the days of the week in Japanese. Now, to help you anchor these days, we can actually use a super simple mnemonic. The word for day of the week is yobi. And to get the specific day, you just attach a natural element to the front of it. It's brilliant for rote memorization because it makes the concepts incredibly sticky, like a giant puzzle coming together. Sunday is Nichiyoubi, the Sunday. Monday is Getsuyoubi, the moon day. Then we move straight through the elements. Tuesday is Kayoubi, for fire. Wednesday is Suiyoubi for water. Thursday is Mokuyoubi, for wood or tree. Friday is Kinyoubi for gold. And Saturday is Doyoubi for earth. Once you visualize that natural element, the day of the week basically locks right into your memory. Now, as you use these days out in the real world, you're definitely going to notice a natural progression of formality. The full Getsuyoubi for Monday, that's the most formal. But dropping the B to become Getsuyu gives you a nice medium level of formality. And dropping everything except the element itself leaves just Getsu. All of these are totally correct, but those shorter forms are just faster, and honestly, they're incredibly common in casual, everyday conversation. And because of those short forms, you'll frequently hear these rapid-fire compound groupings on Japanese workplace and school schedules. It's a real game changer. Getsui-kin rolls right off the tongue for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Call Moku effortlessly covers your Tuesday and Thursday classes. And Donichi is the absolute standard abbreviation for the Saturday and Sunday weekend. Getting comfortable with these abbreviations will instantly make you sound so much more natural. But hey, here's a quick pitfall warning you need to watch out for. When you want to ask someone what day of the week is it, you use the question word non-yobi. Just keep in mind that non-yobi strictly asks for the day name, like Monday or Tuesday. It does not ask for the numbered calendar date, like the 15th or the 21st. So keep non-yobi strictly reserved for those 7 days of the week.
Section 2. Connecting the calendar, the noun glue.
Enter the particle to. This little word simply means and, but there is a crucial, totally non-negotiable rule here. It connects nouns only. You cannot use it to connect adjectives, and you absolutely cannot use it to connect full sentences. Furthermore, when you speak it, there are no pauses. In English, we might say Saturday and Sunday. But in Japanese, this particle acts as a smooth noun glue. You're running the words together without taking a single breath. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how practical this little particle is. Saturday and Sunday literally becomes Doyoubi to Nichiyou. Tuesday and Thursday becomes Kayoubi to Mokuyoubi. But it goes way beyond just the calendar. Say you need office supplies. Paper and pen is simply kami to pen. It's an incredibly efficient way to make requests or combine schedule items in your everyday life. Section 3. Mastering the past tense, was and was not.
So we have our days and we have our noun glue. Now let's introduce our third and final tool. To talk about the past, we really need to complete the picture. We have our present forms, right? Desu for is and janai desu for is not. But moving to the past tense, if you want to say something was a certain way, you use deshita. If you want to say it was not, you use janakatta desu. So, Getsuyoubi deshita means it was Monday. Getsuyoubi janakatta desu means it was not Monday. Pretty straightforward, right?
Now lean in close because I'm giving you some secret insider knowledge on a massive beginner trap. When trying to say was not, learners often try to mash the negative janai with the past tense deshita to create janai deshita. Actually, scratch that. Just forget you even heard it. That is entirely incorrect. You must avoid that at all costs. The only correct past negative form is janakatta des. Literally, lock that into your memory right now. Section 4. Time travel in Japanese. Future events in the past tense. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is a fascinating quirk of the Japanese language. We just learned the past tense, but get this, we are going to use it for the future. Listen to this phrasing. The meeting was tomorrow, right? In English, pairing the past tense was with the future word tomorrow kind of sounds like a typo, doesn't it? But in Japanese, using the past tense form deshita for scheduled future events is completely natural. You would say, kaigi wa ashita deshita ne, using deshita right alongside the word for tomorrow. So why exactly does this happen? Well, Japanese prioritizes information recall over strict chronological time. It's not some confusing grammar rule, it's honestly a cultural revelation. When you use the past tense for a future event, you are signaling to the listener, hey, I am recalling a schedule that we previously noted or planned. You aren't talking about the event itself happening in the past, you're talking about the memory of scheduling it in the past. It's just a beautiful way that the language handles memory. Section 5. Putting it all together. Resolving the mix-up. Okay, we now have our days of the week, our connecting particle to, and our past tense forms. Let's return to our initial workplace dialogue, fully equipped to understand exactly what happened between Michael and Honda. Here's Michael's opening line. He says, Getsuyoubi deshita ne. It was on Monday, right? Notice how he uses the formal day of the week, Getsuyoubi. And look at that grammar. He's using the past tense, deshita, even though the appointment hasn't happened yet. He is recalling a scheduled event directly from his memory.
Honda realizes there's a mistake, so she replies, Kayoubi janakatta desu ka? Wasn't it on Tuesday? She uses Kayoubi for Tuesday, and importantly, she uses the past negative question form, ja nakatta desu ka? By phrasing it as a negative question, she expresses a bit of uncertainty, which allows her to gently and politely correct her coworker without sounding abrasive. It's a very smooth move.
So the absolutely crucial point here is how Michael responds to this correction. He says, so deshita ne, sumimasen. Oh, that's right, sorry. Notice he uses the past tense here again, so deshita ne. Why? Because he is signaling that the correct information just clicked back into his memory. He remembered the past scheduling action. It's an incredibly natural phrase to use when you suddenly remember something you had totally forgotten.
Section 6. Your turn. Interactive calendar drills.
You've seen the theory, and you've seen it in action. Now I want to simulate the practical exercise drills from our source material. Imagine a coworker comes up to you and says, "Today is Monday, right?" But you know they are wrong. I want you to express surprise and correct them with the next day of the week. Try to construct the sentence in your head right now using that negative question format we just saw Honda use. Take a second.
Did you get it? The correct response is, Kayoubi janai desu ka? What? Isn't it Tuesday? By using the element of fire for Tuesday, Kayoubi, and combining it with the negative question, you've gracefully navigated a calendar dispute. Reinforcing these patterns makes them totally automatic. You hit the nail right on the head.
We have covered a lot of ground today, from the elemental building blocks of the week to the time-traveling nature of Japanese memory recall. So I want to leave you with this final thought. With these new scheduling tools in your pocket, what embarrassing calendar mix-ups will you avoid tomorrow? Keep practicing those days of the week, and you'll be managing your schedule like a total pro in no time. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.